Hey guys, forgive the uneven mess here. Wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've noticed on my channel for a little while that really needs to stop. So, I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to mention who did what, because I feel like they're going through a really tough time. So, for the duration of this video, I want you to pretend that the person I'm talking about is named Ray. So just think about, Sailor Mars. Okay? Just think about Sailor Mars. So I have a subscriber on this channel, and I think this is a decent person. I'm just throwing that out there. I think this person's going through some hard times. Ray has a habit of commenting on many of my videos problems that she has had with other individuals, people I've got to be honest, I don't know who they are. They don't seem to be very popular on YouTube. I tried Googling them, I didn't pull up anything. If they didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't be able to point them out to you. I don't know the situation. I don't want to know the situation, but supposedly there's been some bullying going on, and Ray has been bullied. And Ray sought me out because, well, as you guys know, I have a stalker. And I've dealt with some bad customers and bad seeds on YouTube. So initially, Ray sought me out for advice. And I gave the most simplistic, easy to follow advice that I could think of in the middle of the night when I saw this message, which is just, these people are nobodies, because seriously, they have like maybe 10 subscribers. They're nobodies, so by default, their opinions don't actually matter. If they are not leaving you alone, block them. And then I posted instructions on how to block certain individuals on YouTube, and I told the truth. I've unfortunately had to do this an awful lot. I've been on YouTube since 2008. I'm used to it. Just stop talking to these people. And I mentioned too, if they have other channels, because I've been through this pony race too, block those other channels. That's really the best I can give you, because I don't have anything else. Now, if it gets to a point where they get your personal information and maybe they're doxing you, been there. Maybe they're, making bigger threats than just name calling. That's where you need to get your local police unit involved. This is a trial and error process. A lot of cops, they've not been trained on the internet. A lot of them are still stuck someplace where AOL and Netscape was a thing. And if you don't know what those words are, ask mom and dad or just Google them. But like a lot of cops, and I'm speaking from experience, there's a lot of cops who don't understand the internet. There's a lot of cops who don't understand there are some bad seeds who make duplicate and triplicate accounts just to stalk you. Sometimes block them doesn't make it stop. And I admitted to that. And I also admitted too, it's going to be trial and error before you get a police officer who will help you file a police report. A big hurdle that they have is that if they don't know who this person really is, they don't have a home address, they don't have a social security number, they don't have a birthday. So you can file a police report, but unless you live in a jurisdiction where they have internet tools, they have internet laws to help them track an IP address down, it's not going to go anywhere. In my case, I was lucky enough, I had an address, I had a stalker, present tense, a stalker who has a bit of a criminal past that I wish to God I knew about, and because of that, they were able to file a police report. A lot of you are not going to be that lucky. A lot of you're going to get a message from, and I'm throwing words out, so please don't take them as real accounts. They're not. I'm making this up as I go. You'll get a message from like, Queen Beryl hates your guts 87, for example. And, you're going to go to the police and you're going to say, hey, Queen Beryl says I suck. Well, a cop's going to be looking for an anime character. They're not going to be looking for whoever it is that's actually running that account. So I told Ray, the best thing you can do is block these channels, you know, especially since they're not doing what my stalker did, which was dox me. If it gets to a point where they do a little bit more, they start following you on other social media accounts, get the police involved, get your family involved, get your friends involved, let people know, hey, I have a cyber stalker, take it seriously. And I let this person know that that was kind of the best I could offer, because once somebody has decided to harass you, there's nothing I can do, really. I'm not a cop. I'm not a lawyer. I'm dealing with the same thing with my own stalker. So this is literally the best advice I can come up with. If you do find out this person's real information and the cops don't help you, in some states, mine is not one of them, but in some states you can convince a lawyer to at least go after them in small claims court and just say, I'm suing you for mental distress because you won't take a hint. You can get some monetary damages that way. In other cases where if this person continues to harass you, it turns to threatening, it turns to them going after your other social media accounts, you can file a petition with the courts for a restraining order. This is trial and error, and I will tell you it's trial and error because I have another court date coming up. Yeah. You can get a restraining order. In most cases, it only lasts about 2 years, and then you have to go re-up your restraining order. I told Ray, I didn't tell Ray that part, but now you guys know the same information, and if Ray is still subscribing to my channel, Ray will know that information too. You know, it does take, it's 2 years that you get a restraining order, and then every 2 years you got to go back to the courts, you got to have another court date, you have to re-petition the courts to take it seriously, and you got to tell them, hey, this person is not going to go away, they're not ignoring me. It's trial and error. But I told Ray that in her case, where these people are nobodies, just stranger danger, I told her to start by blocking these individuals. There's no better advice I have. I wish I had more, but that's about as far as I've gotten. And I thought she was going to take the advice because I stopped hearing about specific names. I'm hoping YouTube pulled those channels because they were kind of crappy channels anyway. And then a couple weeks ago, I did a PS4 stream on here. I've since gone back and edited part of it. I couldn't edit out what happened with Ray, but I could edit out other things because I was playing Death Smiles, and there was a scene in Death Smiles that was a little bit too... I don't know what word I can use without being banned from YouTube, because they've changed a lot of their rules. So let me just state that whoever made the game, specifically the part of the game I had to shut off, I hope Chris Hansen knows where they are. There. That's about as far as I can go. You take your imagination beyond that point. It was involving the character Casper. She's 11. I don't ever want to see Casper like that again. So I noticed when I played back the stream, as I was embarrassed to pieces because I didn't want you guys to ever see anything that gross, and I wish I knew that was in the game. I would not have played that far. I would have picked another character at least. I noticed that Ray had been commenting frequently on the stream about the problem Ray was having with cyberbullies. Now, the problem that I have with this is when you guys go on my streams to comment that, you know, hey, some people are being mean to you or whatever, because I've got a controller in my hand, I don't have any reaction time. So I have no way to address you properly. I don't have a way to talk to you properly because I'm cheap and I didn't get a headset. One thing that was brought to my attention when the stream was over was that a longtime subscriber of mine, we're going to call them, I'm going to just grab another plushie here, we're going to call them Setsuna. Setsuna had said that she had left my stream early Because when this person, Ray, was talking about the problems she was having with bullying, and she was feeling really depressed, and she was in a dark place mentally, it kind of triggered Setsuna. And I didn't realize this, but Setsuna had gone through some mental health problems recently, bit of a crisis recently. So seeing somebody else dealing with that, it didn't provide her any comfort. It kind of brought her back to the bad place she was in. And I feel really bad because I don't know how to address that situation at all. I'm in therapy, so I'm kind of floundering myself. So I'd like to ask you guys a big favor. If you want to talk to me in private, I'd rather you just email me. Just hit up codenamesailoroearth@gmail.com. I check my email every day, and that's a great way to take something that ought to be more private and send it my way. That way you know I've read it, but like it's not out and about for other people to comment on or make you feel bad about or anything like that. If it's dealing with other people who are bullying you and it's not on my channel, it's not on anything I have any control over, it's on someone else's channel, please block those people and report their content. Use the 3 dots on the side of every video to report their content so that YouTube can be alerted and get their stuff removed. It's trial and error. It does take a long time because it's mostly bots now that runs YouTube, not human beings. But at least that way, if you do the 3 dots trick and you report those bad people's videos, you've got somebody a little more competent than I am taking care of that problem the way they should. Now, another thing I did want to bring up with this individual, and again, we're just going to call this person Ray. She didn't do anything bad. I just want to make that clear. This person sent me a very long message on YouTube in a comment to one of my videos. This person is bothering me, and that person is bothering me. Can you talk to them for me? Can you do something about them? No, I cannot. I cannot do anything about that. And I have a couple of reasons why I cannot do anything about that. In the first place, I'm not their mom. I have no jurisdiction over these people's lives. A lot of these folks are adults, and I don't know them. So I can't just barge onto their channel and start making demands. The answer will be a firm no every single time. Another big reason why I'm not going to be able to do anything is because this is white knighting. I don't engage in white knighting. For those of you who maybe haven't heard that phrase before, allow me to explain. White knighting is kind of an older internet terminology. It means that you are Moonlight Knight, basically. You know, Sailor Moon is over there, and Sailor Moon is getting her butt whipped by an enemy, and rather than wait for Sailor Moon to whip out her wand and just go, you know, moon healing activation and take care of it herself, you show up, you get in front of her, and you try to defend her, and you try to take some glory for yourself while you're at it, and you try to get in the way of a fight that has nothing to do with you. And some people do that because, like a Moonlight Knight, like a Tuxedo Mask, maybe there's some future child involved with that, but other people do that thinking that they're doing the right thing. What ends up happening with White Knights is that the people that are mad at that person come after you and bring their buddies. Now, here's where I got triggered, okay? And keep in mind, I'm in therapy. Here's where I got triggered. When this person kept emailing me, and, well, not emailing me, but like leaving comments on YouTube for me, you know, this person's bugging me, can you help? That person's bugging me, can you help? It triggered me because that's what my stalker used to do. Back in 2008, my stalker used to send me messages like this in my comments, on my videos, and in private messages back when I used to allow DMs on YouTube, which I don't anymore, and in my email box. And then when I got onto social media, my Facebook, my MySpace, my Twitter, my stalker would hound me daily. This person's bullying me. You need to do something about them. That person's bullying me. That person's bullying me. And I kept telling my stalker the same thing I'm telling everybody else now. Just block that individual. I don't even know who they are, and I still don't. When that wasn't good enough, she would tell these people, and I didn't find out about this until 4 years ago, she would tell these people I was coming for them. I am doing no such thing. When she would send these messages, it was like early in the morning. I'm asleep. I'm about as far away from the internet as you could get. I am totally dead asleep. And what ended up happening was these complete and total strangers who I had never heard of before, had no interaction with, had no beef with, no drama with, they started dogpiling my channel with comments. And they started threatening me. And I had my MySpace got hacked. My Facebook got hacked. My Twitter got hacked. My email got hacked. Because these people got so twisted in the head over whatever problem they had with her, they came after me. This started in 2008. It escalated through 2010 with the hacking. The hacking and the doxing and the trolling didn't stop until 2014. You want to know when I found out my stalker was behind all of this? 2018. Yeah, I had to go a decade before I found out what was going on. And it all started because she wanted me to be her white knight. And a lot of it escalated because a few times, because I thought she was my friend, I did white knight. I did actually go to a couple of people and say, hey, I saw you being mean to her. Stop being mean to her. And that earned my life being taken from me. I lost my 20s to this. I've had to squeegee my personal information off the internet more times than I remember. It's to the point, anytime I see my name pop up on like white pages, for example, without even thinking, I already know the protocol to get my information off again. That's insanity. I'm in therapy right now to help me cope with this. I mean, giving you guys an example, there was a good couple of years I didn't want to look at my email because I would get triggered, because I would remember opening my flooded Gmail boxes and seeing hate and death threats and rape threats because somebody didn't like my opinion on an anime forum, somebody didn't like my Vocaloid video, somebody didn't like something I said about professional wrestling, and a lot of times somebody didn't like me because of something that happened with my stalker. So because she was screwing around, I paid the price for it. So now, if I get a message like I got today from somebody asking me to white knight for them because they have a beef with somebody else, I don't just say no. I get a little triggered. I get sensitive because I don't want that nightmare back. I've had to apologize to an awful lot of people, and I've had to earn a lot of trust back with people because of white knighting. So, big favor, I'm going to ask you guys, don't ask me to white knight. If you have problems with somebody, just block their account, report their content. If it gets bad and they continue after you've blocked them initially, pester the cops. Get the cops involved. A police officer, a lawyer, a prosecutor, a victim's advocate, these people can help you so much better than I can. Now, a big reason why I'm shooting my video this way instead of my usual 16:9 format is because I'm doing this on my cell phone, like always, but I'm doing it this way because editing's a little simpler, because in the next clip, I'm going to show you how I pre-deal with comments on my YouTube channel so that not only do I no longer deal with a lot of what you guys do, but as long as you're on my channel, you're safe. Alrighty, so I've got m.youtube.com up. This is on my Google Chrome browser. Now, what I'm going to show you, you can do on any browser that you have on your mobile device. Because, like, I have a tablet that only has Samsung Internet, and this one's got Google Chrome, so Google Chrome is what I'm using. You probably have something different. If you're on a PC or a desktop, you're probably going to skip this first step because it's going to pop up correctly. But for those of you on mobile, I'm on Google Chrome, here's what we're going to do. So, first thing we're going to do on Google Chrome, we're going to hit 3 dots. We're going to click Desktop Site. Now, if you were on a PC or a laptop, this would be the site you were on, youtube.com, the way God intended. If you're on a mobile, now you know how to get to the proper version of the website. So now that everything's coming up the way it should, we're going to go up to where the URL is. I know, URL, we're going to call it an URL because I feel like it. And we're going to go studio.youtube.com. Now for me it already pops up my channel listing, but you kind of get the idea. You can tell I do this way too often. Okay, so this is the YouTube Studio website. I want to make this clear. If you're not on desktop mode, you will not see this page because it's going to prompt you to download the YT Studio app. And it's okay, but it's missing a lot of features, so we're just going to do it the easy way here. So we're going to click on the gear. It is way down here, so tiny. Oh my gosh, we had to scroll all the way down here, but we're going to click on the gear. And we're going to unscrunch the screen there. And let's see, they've moved some stuff recently. Advanced settings. We go channel, advanced settings. No, I do not make content for kids. I do not want children on this channel. Parents, please watch your children. And then let's see, community I think is where they put it. So if you have had trouble with blocking certain people, you can just type their YouTube name into where it says hidden users and then hit the space bar, and then they are like auto blocked for life. And as you can see, I have had to block so many people. Most of these are accounts that my stalker had put up. Like that time she posed as my friend Nathan and tried to hijack his account. So yeah, you can see I've had to block so many accounts, mostly just from her. Now, under defaults, close that. What you want to do is click on Hold All Comments for Review. This is a godsend. Now, it doesn't work with live streaming, but it does work with all other YouTube videos and YouTube Shorts. What it does is it holds all comments for review, so nothing gets posted on your content unless you gave it permission. You can also choose to disable comments. That's really handy if you think you might have child subscribers and you just don't want to deal with the headache, or if you have too many trolls. That's an option because then you don't have to worry about comments ever again. You just go back to sleep. I like to have mine set for hold all comments for review just because I do enjoy a lot of you guys' feedback. I also have it set to hold potentially inappropriate chat messages for review. This is because I've had some spam bots. I didn't have a stalker on this point, but I have had some spam bots that were posting some links that were really super inappropriate. And even though I don't cater to children, I don't want to see some of the stuff they were posting either. It's like, I'm not going to kink shame you, just this isn't for me. So once you have that set, you're going to click Save, which as you can see it's grayed out because I already have it set the proper way. And then you click Close. And now I'm going to show you the YouTube Studio app. So I'm going to close this. I'm pretty well good here. That's my screen recording app. You can see I have so much with Sailor Moon there. Google YT Studio. This is the YT Studio app. I'm going to click on comments at the bottom. And as you can see, these are comments that have been published, so I can like them, I can give them a heart or comment back. The only reason why I don't always comment back to you guys is because I do have migraines a lot. Sometimes I get foggy brain, so I don't always know what to say back, but I am reading everything you guys post. Every last comment, whether you see it or not, I do read it. So just want to say thank you for that. Now, in the held for review category, and I'm not going to show the whole thing, I'm just going to blur that out there. These are comments that I did not approve yet, and from here I can either click on the checkbox to approve the comment, or I can hit the trash can and delete that comment. If I hit the no sign, that means I can block that person from here and just never deal with it again. And if it's spam, which usually I have to block spam, I can just click on that flag there. And then YouTube handles the blocking and deleting for me, and I don't have to think about it again.